What's up, YouTube? Big Dog here, back in for another edition of Big Dog Movie Reviews. Got a big one today. Big film. Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. I've seen it. I'm here to tell you what I think. It's one of the three, holy trinity of big movies this year, in my opinion. With this one, Star Wars, Frozen 2, and then Endgame. Kind of like the biggest three sequels of the year, I guess. So, same format as always, likes, dislikes, final score, final comments. There are massive spoilers in this review. So, if you have not seen it yet and you don't want to know anything, do wait till after you see the film to watch this video. So yeah, massive spoilers lie ahead. Massive spoilers. And two new additions here to Big Dog Movie Reviews. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger. Thank you for welcoming me on to Big Dog Movie Reviews. I'm very glad to be here. Oh, glad to have you, Arnie. And then the girl from Terminator, Dark Fate. I think her name was Natalie or something. I don't know. Can't remember. You know, maybe they'll chime in with Miranda if they have something to say.
Oh, yes, I will have lots to say.
Oh, in that case, let's get into it. First up with the likes, Adam Driver did a really good job, as he seems to do with all the movies I've seen him in recently. Becoming quite the fan of Adam Driver. I think he's a very talented young man, and I think I've yet to see him in a role where he doesn't just knock it out of the park, so be on the lookout for Adam Driver in upcoming films. I think he's just a super talented man. The scenery was really cool. One thing I like about Star Wars so much is the diversity and just locations and creatures and things of that nature. So I think it was really cool for them to travel so much in this film and see so many different locations within the Star Wars universe. It was a very visually pleasing film. I thought it was just very beautiful to look at. And like I said, same with the creatures. One thing I always like to see within Star Wars movies is there's just diverse life of creatures that live within Star Wars universe. And I thought it was on full chat in this film. They showed a lot of different creatures living in the Star Wars world. I thought it was really interesting to watch and thought it was really cool to see all these different kinds of species coming together. And Babu, the droid mechanic, was the best character in the film. No questions. He was so funny. He's just the coolest guy. I'm not even gonna say what about him was great. You just have to see the film and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Trust me, you will. That's it for the likes. Ooh, short list for Star Wars Episode 9. Big film, short list of likes. What's the score gonna be? We'll see. Now on to the dislikes. So, Rey saved Kylo's life at one point. Didn't really make that clear why. If I was Rey, I would have let that bitch die. Just let him die. He's evil. So, that's what I would have done. Don't really see why she saved him. The Battle of Rey versus the Emperor was awful. Not even good, not even a little below good. Awful. It was super quick. It wasn't very intense. I felt to me the main point of the film and the ending point of the Skywalker series or saga, I guess is what the word is. Skywalker saga felt like a rushed afterthought. And I'm sorry, but it should be the exact opposite of that. It was a horrible anticlimactic battle. I wasn't even close to being on the edge of my seat. I was I was kind of shocked. When it ended, I'm like, that's it? That's freaking it? And I normally wouldn't, you guys know me, I like good endings. But this was just horrible. It was a horrible ending. So that's enough of that, because then I'm just going to get ranting and going on and on about it. But yeah, Battle of Rey vs. Emperor, horrible. Horrible. Rey should have stayed dead. She does die at one point in the film. There's no need for Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren, to revive her. I think if she stayed dead, it would have made the story a little more interesting. I think it would have added a lot more to the story. And, it just would have been like Rey's legacy in a sense. I don't think there was no need for her to come back to life. Chewie got a medal at the end of the film, never explained what it was for, and they made it a point for you to see that he was getting a medal of some kind, but never explained what it was for. It's just someone with a medal going like, ooh, this is for you. And it was just, I'm like, what's that for? And I was gobsmacked. I said I do enjoy seeing all the diverse life in the Star Wars world, all the creatures. But with today's technology, there's no excuse for them to not look realistic. And I felt that some of them looked like they could have been in the original Star Wars film from 1977. They looked very fake, looked very like robotic. And I just thought it was kind of took me by surprise, because Star Wars is always like especially known for its visuals, and then they go and like budget cut on like the characters, which I thought was a little ridiculous. I was watching it, I'm like, wow, this looks like, well, that thing looks like crap. It's like hardly moving, and when it does move, it's like, it was ridiculous. And another thing I didn't like is how Rey turns out to be Palpatine's daughter. And at the end, someone asked her like what her last name is, which, like, long story short, it did play in. That was kind of, I see that. But she said her name was Rey Skywalker, which, okay, I get. But I thought it would have been a lot cooler if she just accepted, if she said she was Rey Palpatine, and was just like she just owned that name, and she was like, oh, this is me, this is who I am. And then, especially since she killed him, like, the name might bring some good to it in the Star Wars universe. I didn't think there was a need for her to say Skywalker there. But, whatever. And then just a lot of unanswered questions, such as, how is Palpatine alive? Who's his spouse? How, like I said, Rey's his kid. Who did he bang? I don't know. They don't know. I felt they cut a lot of corners making the film to end possibly the biggest cinematic event in history so far. They cut a lot of corners, and it showed, in my opinion. I didn't think it was stand out at all with like the unanswered questions. Yeah, it was just ridiculous. So, with that being said, Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, gets a kind of appalling, for the magnitude this movie holds, 5 out of 10. I thought it was disappointing on many levels. It was like probably a 6 or 7 for a while, but the ending was just so trash. Like, you guys know me, I like a good ending. Ending holds a lot of weight for me. Especially with a movie of this magnitude. The last 45 minutes is like what some people have spent their lives watching to see it culminate in the final act, and it was lackluster. It was horror. It was just, come on now. It was like, I was kind of surprised. I was like I said, I'm like, is this it? Is this how the Skywalker saga is ending? Are you kidding me? And like I said, with something of this magnitude, everything needs to be perfect. But, it wasn't. So, Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, 5 out of 10. That's the way it is. But that's a review. It's going in the book. I was thinking, at the end of this, I was thinking about this film, and I was like, you know what, I have not seen a lot of Star Wars movies, I will openly admit that. I've only seen from Episode 7 on, with the exception of Solo. I saw all the main episodes as well as Rogue One. And probably because I've never been a huge Star Wars guy, so I thought, maybe I'm just, not a Star Wars person. Maybe a lot of Star Wars fans thinks it's really good. I've talked to several people who have seen every single Star Wars film. They're huge Star Wars fans. They adore the franchise. I think, only one has said that this movie is good and was really great. Everyone else has just been everyone else has been disappointed, and I'm not even kidding you. Everyone's been everyone but one person I've talked to has been disappointed with this film, and I just kind of think that speaks volumes to just like. So I'm not alone, is what I'm saying. It's like it's even Star Wars fans who, let's be honest, have the potential to be extremely biased towards this film and think it's really good no matter what, are disappointed with it. So yeah, I think they just really missed the ball. And I know I'm kind of rambling right now, but I was just kind of amazed at how bad it is and how bad Star Wars fans thinks it is. This is a huge movie. It needed to be a lot better. Not that that's what that. But anyway, I'll cut it off there. If you liked the video, smash that like button. Comment, let me know what you thought of the film. If you thought it was really good, please let me know. If you thought it was even worse, let me know. Let me know how big of a Star Wars fan you are, so I can put that in perspective of what you thought of it. I'd really like to know your thoughts. And as always, if you're a movie fan of any kind, please subscribe to the channel. I think I keep movie reviews flowing. I watch a lot of movies. I've been watching a movie a day for the past week right now, honestly. So we got a lot of videos to throw up here. So subscribe. And if you're looking to go a little extra mile, do follow the corresponding Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd accounts. The username for all those are at BigDogMR79. I'll put that on screen as always, but until then, that's all I got to say. Star Wars Episode 9. Not a bad film, but disappointing from what it should have been. But that's all I got. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, change the world. See you later.